Hey guys, so we knew this moment was going to kind of come at some point. I mean, hell, they even they told us at BlizzCon that the last Titan, that the Titans are going to come back. Apparently in Old War, we're gonna be at Old War at the moment of their arrival, and we're gonna, see these Titans that we've only seen in Legion when we were having their aid against Argus. But Chris Metzen here, big old Daddy Metzen, um, kind of hints at something which I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, I'm thinking of it in a way of right now, but it's always, oh, in order to do this, you need some kind of extremely powerful Titan artifact that's been lost to time among the waves or in a land shrouded in mist. So, um, I think once I start thinking of that aspect, it's probably more likely. But I'll
crescendo with its own max level campaign.
Will I be expected to walk in Quest 1 and yank the sword from the planet?
Oh, that's an interesting one. I would say to that, I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, the sword, the resolution of the sword that we started with at BlizzCon, actually, that's a 13 thing. We're going to build to that, and it's a doozy.
One does not simply yank a sword from Azeroth.
I would even say you are not prepared for that moment, and leave it at that. But it is a 13 issue.
Well, right from the man himself, we are going to somehow remove the sword from the planet. Now, one would think, okay, well, it's Sargeras' sword. Can't he just... But then it would pretty much undo everything that we've already done. The sealing around the area, securing it, making it safe, healing it. If you just remove that sword from the planet, it's going to start that process all over again. It's going to be destroyed around that area. It's going to start bleeding out again. So we need a way to remove the sword while keeping Azeroth safe. But we know that the last Titan, the 13.0, is kind of the finale of this World Soul saga, and apparently when Azeroth emerges, whether it be breaking through the planet itself or, I don't know, since Azeroth is so much more powerful apparently than anything in existence at this point, she can kind of do whatever the hell she wants. Have like an astral projection of herself outside the planet and make herself manifest into a physical form, because this is why everyone wants her, because she's so powerful. And if they are able to get their hands on her and bend her to whatever force that they are, whether it be void or fel or death or whatever, she would be the most powerful of any of them. Which is why Sargeras did not want her falling to the void. But he says you are not prepared, which makes me think Illidan's going to have something to do with it, which is really stupid. But after training, or not training, but hanging with the Titans, because remember, he's at the seat of the Pantheon with the Titans. He chose to become Sargeras' jailer. So, now, I think we're going to see when the Titans come down, I think Sargeras will be with them. I think they will have forgiven him, but it's like, what about Illidan? I mean, he looked forward to this moment. He was so eager to almost inflict damage on Sargeras. But given the amount of time that's gone by, if anyone was to forgive Sargeras, it would be Illidan. Because they're alike. One's a Titan, one's, a Night Elf. But did they both not do the same sort of thing about going to extremes to save the planet? Sargeras didn't want the planet to fall to the void, so what did he do? He tried to eliminate it. A little extreme, and then when that failed, it's like, okay, well, he tried to eliminate it or take control of it with the Burning Legion, and That didn't work, and then finally he gets snatched by his siblings, and instead he's like, ah, poof. Illidan. So Illidan, same thing. Consumes the skull of Gul'dan, becomes a demon, goes to Outland, terrible things there, ruins lives, kills people. You know, they're one and the same. They've both done terrible things. They've ruined lives. They've killed people, all in the name of the greater good. So if anyone was to forgive Illidan, it would be Sargeras. Or if anyone would forgive Sargeras, it would be Illidan, because it's like, well, he just kind of did what I did on just a bigger scale. You know, he was just looking out for the planet and he didn't want it to fall to the void. So, but there's the matter of how they're going to now it's the same thing. I think it's going to be that it's been, oh, this mystical powerful Titan artifact lost to time, spoken of in books, and no one knows where it is, and with just a legend, and hidden within a mist-shrouded land, and no one's ever been able to get there because all the treacherous seas and you know, that shtick, you know. But I think it's going to probably be some kind of item to kind of either break it down, because if it's teleported or broken down, the planet's fine. We've healed the area around there, so it's gonna be fine. The only way it's gonna cause more damage is if Sargeras physically pulls it out. It's like getting stabbed. They say do not pull the knife out, because when it comes out, it's cutting even more and doing more damage. So right now, that sword is it's like in the chest. You know, it's stuck in there, and they've healed all around that area, so it's fine for now. So if they were to teleport it somewhere or dissolve it or whatever, no harm. Nothing's being pulled out. The land isn't being ripped apart in the process. All's fine and dandy. But if Illidan says, "Now, Sargeras, go down and get your sword, my pet," and Sargeras is like, "Yes, Daddy Illidan," and he reaches down and, well, then the bleeding starts all over again. And this time we don't have any artifact weapons to seal it up with, you know, and to contain everything, and you know, the evil. So we're not going to have anything to kind of heal it. We're not going to have the Heart of Azeroth. We're not going to have, unless he pulls it out and it's like, oh great, now we got to go find an item to freaking fix this. But so now it's just a matter of how does it get pulled out or removed. Because again, I think it's going to be like a... Please don't tell me that they're going to give Illidan like Kamui or something. You know, he's going to fly down, open his eyes, woo, spitting in his eyes, and everything just starts warping around the sword, and it gets warped out of, you know, the planet, and instead into the Kamui dimension. And I mean, I could see them doing that. Some kind of warp manipulation of time and space. But yeah, we know they're coming back. We're going to be meeting them in Ulduar. Obviously in their smaller forms, because if they were all to meet us in Ulduar in their normal forms, well, we'd be at Ulduar and we'd be looking up, and there'd just be Titans in outer space just looking down at us. You know, we saw how big Sargeras was, so but they're going to come down to the planet at Ulduar, and we're going to find out that they're not exactly the beings that we thought they were, and that they really don't give a crap about us, and that they only kind of assisted us to meet their own ends, you know, because they want Azeroth for themselves, which is why there's so much crap there for Order and this and that. They're trying to pump her full of Order magic so she becomes one of them. But yeah, Sargeras and Illidan. I think if anyone was to forgive Sargeras and stand him, it would be Illidan. They're one and the same. Just one is on a Titan level and one isn't. But they both did terrible things to accomplish something that they thought would benefit the greater good. So, but how do you think we're gonna get that sword out of the planet? I mean, if Illidan's gonna do it, but do you think it's gonna be a mystical Titan artifact lost to time on some mist shrouded land, or is it gonna be Illidan with a Kamui coming in like, and just yep, let me know. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.